Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to another JK Deal Reveal. I'm your host with our other host. I don't know if she's on my left or my right or above, wherever she is. Janie is with us.
Hi.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Janie.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Fantastic. And we have Amanda on the call today. We're super excited. Hey there, Amanda. How we doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, it's always a
Hi,
great day.
Amanda.
Hi.
So beautiful. So let's jump right in. I really don't have many slides for us today, which is even better. I really want to give the time to Amanda to kind of share her experience on a deal that she's done over the last couple of months. And she's going to show you how easy and quickly it could happen for you as well. And so let me just share my screen real quick. So this is the JK Deal Reveal. As you know, every Thursday, 7 p.m., we come here and we show you how quickly you can just kind of grasp a deal, get a sense of a deal, and jump into that next step ASAP. We are not getting bogged down by analysis paralysis. We are taking action. And, it'll work sometimes, it won't work other times, but at least we won't have wasted a whole bunch of time in the process to figure out that it works or it doesn't work. So the deal, are we going to have a deal today? Basically, those are my slides. So, so let's jump right into it, Amanda. You have a deal here, and it's a deal that's not in the US. Well,
No.
so that's going to be a first on our JK Deal Reveals here. And maybe tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what is it? What did you do? How quickly? Give us the scoop, and I'll be asking you some other questions if I feel there's or maybe there'll be questions from the group. Anyways, I'll let you take the lead here. What is this deal? Where is it located? Generally, you don't need to give the address, but tell everyone, what are we talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So this property is located in Magnetawan. I don't know, a lot of people don't know where that is. So if you don't worry. Basically, it's in Northern Ontario, near Brace, well, a little north of Bracebridge, kind of near Burkes Falls, if you've ever been up there. I don't know if you can have the listing, or I can share my screen, but
actually, yes, give me a second. I think you'll be able to share your screen now. I gave you panelist permissions. So let me know if that works. Is that working for you? Oh, you're now muted, Amanda. I don't know if that's on purpose.
No, that was not on purpose. Can you guys see that then?
Yeah, we're on, we're up.
Okay. All right. So this is just so you can see a little bit here. So basically, this property was built by my parents. It's what they want to be their retirement oasis, if you will, a little secluded cabin in the woods. So they had built this, but they're not ready to retire yet. So this property was actually sitting vacant for quite the majority of the year. So I was kind of hesitant to suggest short-term rentals to my parents because this is their baby. This is their pride and joy. But Kyle gave me the push, so I tentatively asked them. And this is something that they had said that they had been thinking about, but just had been, like you said, analysis paralysis. So they'd been thinking on it, and didn't know how or where to start. So basically, once they gave me the green light, I went up there, I staged it, took some pictures. We had a meeting with STR Properties, which is the company Kyle, Janie, and Kevin have. And we just basically got the place ready. It took about, I would say it was a month before we launched it, but the majority of getting it set up was in the last week, just because they had holidays at that time and they had some stuff that they wanted to get done. Let's see. So basically, we had it open for 2 months. So September and October, which aren't even peak times for this sort of cottage area. But we had so much interest right from the start. We started at $110 a night just to kind of feel everything out. But we had so much interest in the beginning that we increased the nightly rate right away. So it's got 1 bedroom and then a loft. So it sleeps 4 people, secluded, very little quaint sort of cottage feel. We had every weekend in September and October booked that weren't occupied by my parents. So basically my parents said when they wanted to go up, which is every other weekend, which was the only times that they can really go up is pretty much every other weekend. So, I mean, it's just prime to have people up there using it while they're not there. 69% occupancy, so there were 27 nights booked. We had 10 individual bookings, which surprised my mom. She thought we would get 2 to 3. I didn't know how much we'd get, so we were blown away. And my parents got so happy every time they saw a new booking. So Airbnb paid out $4,557, I think, yes. Of that, my parents took home about $1,500 each month. So the cleaning fees were a little over $1,300, and then STR took a small management fee, which was just a couple $100 each month, but they dealt with all of the vetting of the guests, all the information, all of the inquiries that the guests had. So my parents were never on the line for dealing with anybody wanting to book or any problem. So my parents could just, go to bed at night, and if a call came in or a text came in at 4 a.m., they didn't have to worry about that. So yeah, what else can I say about this property? So we got a 4.89 star rating, so pretty much perfect rating. I think there was just one person who gave us a 4-star. And of course, you're never going to make everybody happy. So yeah, let's see. Next year. So I think we're hoping to have this property listed for about 6 months of the year, maybe more. I'm not sure. I guess it just depends sort of when this snow melts. But I would guess that we would make maybe at minimum $10,000 next year, just, that we get to keep from the property. I would say that's at minimum.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Conservatively, for anybody who doesn't have experience in the short-term rental space, the first couple of bookings, even the first year, you're just trying to really build that solid rating. Like now you see there's been 9 reviews. I think there were 10 guests at this point, but 9 reviews. Not everyone reviews, although we do push as part of the system to push for those good reviews. And we really want to get as close to that 5 stars as possible. And because then next year people are looking in advance for next year, and they see this really solid listing, and they're like, okay, well, they're going to book, and that's what's going to drive higher demand, higher pricing. So that's definitely, when you launch, you do want to make your prices lower and offer just this exceptional product so that you can really launch it off quickly and set yourself up for some really sweet numbers on year 2, 3, 4, and so on. Mm-hmm. So absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Amanda. Yeah, scroll through those pictures just slowly as I'm maybe talking, give people an idea. For me, the biggest takeaway is, okay, well, first of all, in the chat, and if you're on Facebook listening in, just let me know, is this a deal for you or is this no deal? And I'm going to kind of put the highlights here. This property was a liability. Why? Because every month before, it was vacant, but there's still taxes, there's still insurance, right? There's still just baseline utilities to pay. Just being connected to the matrix of utilities has fees, even if you don't use anything, even if it's, so this is costing money every month, and that is a liability. Now, I don't know if they bought it at a discount or not, but it's negative cash flow, and most likely they bought it. Well, no, he built it himself, so he probably did buy it or build it at a discount. So only one of the 2 golden rules of real estate were respected, for sure. And now, boom, in 1 month's time, I think it was actually a little faster than that. In 1 month's time, we converted a liability to an asset, something that's creating positive cash flow, and the numbers net in their pocket, $1,500 a month. Boom. Who would want $1,500 more a month coming in completely passively, right? How involved are your parents in this now asset, this investment property?
Yeah, so in terms of the STR side, they don't have to do anything. They just, it's built, it's there. People book and they just collect the income.
Sweet deal, right? Yeah, that's what
exactly.
Everyone wants. The passive income, the passive investment property. That's wonderful. The next really awesome thing about this deal is that they were using it every other weekend, right?
Yes.
There's 4 weekends in a month. 2 of them were taken by the owner, which is great for the owner. It's their property and they want to enjoy it. Let them enjoy it. Fantastic. But I mean, if it were a pure investment property, those numbers would be higher, significantly higher if you have all your weekends available. But nonetheless, even if you want to use it, you can. You have full control over your asset. Real estate is something you can control. You can decide when you want tenants or guests and when you don't. And obviously, the STR management program is 100% tailored. So if you don't want it open all the time to guests, or you don't want it booked, 6 months in advance, you just let us know the requirement, and boom, that's what's going to happen. So they were able to enjoy it at the same frequency as they were before, but now it's just generating 1,500 net in the first months of launch, and next year it's only going to become better. So, I mean,
yeah, it was completely, there was, I think, a weekend which hadn't been booked yet, and they said, okay, well, we want to go for that weekend. So they just emailed Kevin and said, we'd like to use it, I believe. And he just marked it off. And then vice versa, they got seeing how much money they could make. So they were like, oh, well, we better leave this long weekend open. So they really enjoyed having that flexibility and that passive income. So, and they put it right towards their mortgage so that when they retire, they don't have this huge mortgage on their hands. So
absolutely.
yeah.
100%. So in my book, how about we do a little vote here? Who here think that this was a good decision? This was a deal? Let's just hear it out in the chat and Facebook. Just reach out, say, is this a deal or is this no deal? All right, Lenford says it's a deal. Wonderful, excellent. Yeah, we might be a little biased. I mean, we do love short-term rentals. Good deal, good deal. Sergio says, Maurice says deal. Jared says deal, fantastic. Sayed, deal. All right, good. I think we're on the same page here. So there is a question. Maybe we can just take one little question, because this is new, right? It's the first time we talked, and we probably won't be talking about short-term rentals all that much in the deal reveals. But Anne is asking, and Amanda, maybe you can address this. One of my biggest concerns about renting a cottage is the knowledge that other people are in my space. How are your parents dealing with that? Do they still feel at home? And well, is the cleaning service good? The cleaning service obviously is something that STR can help find and definitely manage after it's in place. So yeah, there is quality control to be done with the cleaning company. Or your parents, or you can do the cleanings if you want, but we don't recommend that. We recommend a passive approach. So the questions are, how are your parents dealing with the fact that other people are in their space, and do they still feel at home?
Yeah, so this was the biggest thing that I was worried about my parents feeling like they didn't want people in there and that people could wreck the property. But there's only it's just 4 people is the max capacity right now. We're thinking of maybe putting in a pull-out bed or we have a trailer that could house additional people. But you know what? We didn't have a single person who wrecked the place at all. In fact, when I went up with them, because we did go up and we did do the first cleaning just to see what it was like, how everybody was sort of entering the space and using the space. And honestly, it was left immaculate. Like you would hardly know that somebody had even been there. And of course, we have a cleaning person come in and clean up after them. So it feels like my parents feel completely at home. They don't feel like nothing's been wrecked or misplaced or anything like that. So there was definitely some hesitation there, but there was never any issue.
Beautiful. I do want to say that it's not always going to be perfect, right? It's been wonderful when we got started. There are issues, and when there's issues, we deal with them. That's the part of the management company. And so, so I do want to say that it's not all roses and all sunshine and fairy tales and all that, but yeah, most guests are really nice. So that's one thing. I also want to point out that what you said, hey, yeah, there's only space for 4 people, but we're already thinking about, putting an additional trailer or bringing, more beds, more heads in beds, more income. So you're already starting to think, how can I even further maximize and optimize the asset, which is wonderful. Another beauty of real estate is being a little bit more creative and thinking, how can we make it even better? So that's absolutely 100% on the action plan for 2021. And beyond that, I had another thought that I wanted to say. It slipped my mind now, but
I would say the only thing I have left to say, I guess, is that if anybody is thinking about doing an Airbnb or wants any assistance, I live in Ontario. I know that was sort of a thing with my parents. They didn't know where to start. So I just encourage everybody to do it and then contact Kyle STR. I'm free to help people. I live in Ontario, so help people set up. I enjoyed the staging process. So making the space look as inviting as possible, to draw people in. So yeah, so if anybody needs any assistance with that and wants sort of to get it rolling, I just say don't wait. My only sort of regret in this whole process is that I don't have a property to get on Airbnb, because just the ease of it, the income, it's just incredible. So
Absolutely. Well, you're still young. It's still early. A quick comment. It's COVID season, though. Absolutely. It just so happens that this is a rental cottage. The demand for rental cottage has skyrocketed during COVID. There are there are safety concerns and restrictions that need to be followed. Absolutely. But that's something that, again, we can, and Amanda can help you navigate through if you're interested. So Amanda, maybe in the show notes, yeah, in the Facebook, and if anybody wants to reach out to you, maybe just put the link to your listing in there. They can go check it out and reach out to us, and we'll make the message to you. So if anybody's interested, Amanda is amazing, and she loves the process as well, so she can definitely give you a hand. So I think that we have unanimity here. I think this is a deal. Congratulations, Amanda, for facilitating that liability conversion into an asset for your parents, and obviously you're getting a cut in the process just for being
yes.
the facilitator of you found the deal, right?
Yep.
So you found the deal, you plugged an opportunity with a person who can make it happen, boom, and everybody is winning in the process. That's real estate
Right.
at its best.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So thank you very much, Amanda. Here are the rest of my slides. The next JCase training is on the 4th Thursday of the month. This is the full hour training, and we are going to be talking about mobile home parks, uplifting communities at once. How do you buy a community and work at that? We're going to talk about mobile home parks. It is a next level topic. I hope you were there at our last training where we talked about multifamilies last Thursday. Yeah. So that's kind of a basis that you'd probably want to listen to before jumping into this topic. But mark your calendars. It's January 28th, 2021. This is next year. December is actually falling on Christmas Eve, so we're going to give you a break, or give ourselves a break as well. So the next one is there. Mark your calendars or join us. The link to register to our free trainings is this, n4t.club/free training. So join us. And I wanted to remind you that last weekend we had our 2-day virtual masterclass on US real estate investing. It was phenomenal. We had a lot of fun. If you missed it, but you want the recording, just go to n4tblueprint.com. It is there for you. It's available. Don't miss your opportunity to take advantage of this the pandemic and this opportunity zone, this massive opportunity zone that's right around the corner. So again, a whole bunch of things come with that. That recording. And if you want your deal submitted, we're already starting to build a queue. I think I have 3 weeks of deals already scheduled in advance. But if you want your deals featured on our JK Deal Reveal, just send us an email, go to our website, put in the property address and any details you'd like featured, and let's get you on. Let's get a deal. So thank you for your time. For those of you who are part of the US Deal Mastery Coaching, I'll see you in about half an hour at 8 in the Now for Tomorrow Club. So as always, and thank you, Amanda, who is doing Now for Tomorrow for the lifestyle she deserves. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.